Good morning, everybody. It's Rob with the CASA Corner. My apologies for missing last week, but I had a fairly busy week doing some traveling and working on some revisions to the CASA framework. And I'm going to show you those in just a minute here. Got a big week coming up this week and next week. This week I'll be traveling to the Arizona Trauma Center, where they have graciously extended a certification training to me. And I'll be there all day Thursday and Friday doing trauma and addiction certification, which I'm pretty enthused about. Always great to get some more information and receive that certification from the Arizona Trauma Center here in Tempe. So that's pretty exciting. And then I've been working a lot on some presentations that I'll be doing, going to what's called the Calo Conference. And that Calo program is for preteens and teens in Lake Ozark, Missouri. Quite a number of beds there, be a fairly good turnout for that conference. And that conference is going to focus on actually how we do therapy, not just talking at people, but actually practicing therapy, and then looking at how do we integrate trauma, how do we create what I call therapeutic relationship. You guys have heard me talk about the importance of therapeutic relationship, and the fact is that I've mentioned this before, but always want to re-emphasize to everybody watching this that therapeutic relationship extends way beyond just needing to be a therapist. More than therapists have therapeutic relationships, all caregivers, whoever you can come encounter with. If you're a safe relational person and know how to do that through the prescriptive way of being, which we call the CASA framework, in order to do that, guess what? You can be in an incredibly effective therapeutic relationship, being able to integrate trauma, to making sense of your narrative, really creating some healthy development, all by knowing how to be safe, secure, and being able to demonstrate authentic empathy. Really powerful stuff. So I wanted to mention this quote because as I was redoing my CASA PowerPoint, I've had this quote for a while, but I wanted to put it in there, and it really resonated again with me. So hopefully you're familiar with a gentleman by the name of John Bowlby. John Bowlby, back in the late 50s and 60s. He is considered the father of attachment therapy and theory and research. John Bowlby was really the guy, and then he was preceded by Mary Ainsworth and down the line. But John Bowlby, he came up with this quote that I think succinctly says what I would like to express. Life is best organized as a series of daring ventures from a secure base. Let me repeat it. Life is best organized as a series of daring ventures from a secure base. And Bowlby, I think, really transcended just looking at the infant through the developmental stages of 0 to 7, from 7 to 13. I mean, all of that, yes, that requires a secure base, but I think he's looking at more broadly to say developmentally, throughout the lifespan, we always rely on secure bases, and that's really about relational intimacy throughout the lifespan. And the way he talks about a secure base needing to get back to a place of co-regulation, where sometimes you actually need safe relational dependency. Think about it, if you've ever really been in crisis or really struggling, has there been a time where you just needed to be nurtured and helped to regulate? That happens hopefully pretty much to all of us in a healthy, intimate relationship. So that is a part of life, and we go out and venture off from that secure base and experience shame and mistakes and successes and all that wonderful stuff, and then we come back to that secure base. That really does happen throughout the lifespan, which is conceptualized best by John Bowlby. So I love that that's in there. Would like to show you, we've had some new colors to the CASA framework here. As you can see, the new colors are there, just keeping it simple. Commitment, acceptance, security, and attunement leads to co-regulation. Within that co-regulation, we continually circle around there, and we have experiences of joy. I'd like to emphasize, especially with John Bowlby's quote, that establishing the secure base, that the most important thing we can do by having this secure therapeutic relationship, by establishing that, is that we become a secure base. And the most important thing we can do is create reliable and repetitive experiences of co-regulation. Co-regulation, what does that really look like? When we talk about co-regulation, it's being able to stay, not where I get hyper regulated, where I move into hypervigilance and I flip my lid. That's not it. And it's actually not going below what we call hypo and demonstrating some major depression and major just isolation and that stuff. It's really being able to stay flexible and talk about really difficult things, go up and laughter. You guys have heard me talk about that before, but I'm excited about the new colors of the framework. I'm really wanting to go over and emphasize that life is about, as John Bowlby identified, that we need to formulate secure bases in our life. And yeah, it's incredibly rewarding when you become that secure base to be able to pass that on to others. And that actually is our goal in treatment for all of our students. We want them to become their a secure base for somebody else, because there's a lot of joy in being able to return that and be a caregiver in a healthy, intimate, secure relationship for other people. That's what life is really about, to experience that joy. Well, good. We'll do our next broadcast, my next vlog from Calo, Lake Ozark next week. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on my LinkedIn account, which I'd love to see you there. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.